And welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Kelly Craft in today for Ted Rollins along with Julia Janae.
And we are following that breaking news out of Sarasota, Florida, the case against Dima Tower. This was the adopted son murder trial where he faces life in prison. This jury only deliberated for about an hour and a half, but you see there the clock has stopped because we have reached a verdict in this case. Let's go in and look. They're bringing in Dima Tower now, the man who took the stand in his own defense yesterday, Kelly, to try and convince this jury, yes, I killed my parents, but it was manslaughter, not murder.
And that's going to be the big thing here. What is the jury going to come back with? Are they going to come back on that top charge, 2 counts of first-degree murder? Will they come back with a manslaughter conviction? That's what defense counsel wanted in this case. He talked with jurors about it. He did not encourage Dima to take the stand. Obviously, it's a defendant's own choice, but counsel had advised against him taking the stand, and we heard from Dima yesterday talking about a lot of things, his background with his family, and the moments before the stabbing.
And we could see why his attorney was definitely against him taking the stand. He struggled with the testimony, seemed to even struggle with his understanding of some of the questions that were coming his way from his own attorney. He seemed frustrated. He almost got defiant in moments, and he talked of his adopted parents. He said they aren't my parents, which I think was something that hurt him so bad. Kelly, what do you think of this? We had the Truesdale trial, which is going on in Iowa. They've been deliberating for 2 days, and this Tower jury came back in just an hour and a half.
Yeah, I was thinking that it would take them a little longer in Florida, but maybe not. We'll find out right now. We're going to go in.
Audience, we're going to respect the verdict, whatever it is, by this jury. So please, similar to what we talked about earlier, no outward signs of emotion or comments. We need to be professional, respect the jury. So if you can't handle it, then I need you to remove yourself kindly, okay? All right, let's bring the jurors in.
You know, that admonition there, Kelly, from the judge, it really is specifically for Dima Tower. He's had a very difficult time holding in his emotion from out the gate and opening statements. He broke down and the jury had to be removed. Then during his testimony yesterday, he broke down and the jury had to be removed. We'll see how he reacts to the verdict.
Yeah, it's just emotional to watch, and clearly when he was on the stand and when defense counsel was talking about his background and opening statements, well, they're standing up now. Let's go in and hear what they have to say.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Everybody may be seated. Members of the jury, I'm told that you reached a verdict. Is that correct? Yes. Can the foreperson hand it to the bailiff? I take a look at it next to make sure that it's executed, signed, and dated, etc. And then I'll hand it to the clerk. Can you please hand this to the clerk? And the clerk is going to publish the verdict.
In the Circuit Court of the 12th Judicial Circuit in and for Sarasota County, Florida, State of Florida versus Dima Tower, case number 2023 CF 8812NC. Verdict. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 1, victim Jennifer Tower. The defendant is guilty of murder in the first degree as charged. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 2, victim Robbie Tower. The defendant is guilty of murder in the first degree as charged. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 3, the defendant is guilty of fleeing to elude a law enforcement officer as charged. So say we all this 14th day of November 2025, signed foreperson.
Members of the jury, there's something we do after every verdict. It's called polling the jury. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the back. I'll go left to right, then I'll come forward and go left to right, okay? So to the gentleman in the back left, is this your verdict and the verdict of the jury as a whole?
Yes.
To the gentleman next door, is this your verdict and the verdict of the jury as the whole?
Yes.
Ma'am, is this your verdict and the verdict of the jury as a whole?
Yes.
Ma'am, is this your verdict and the verdict of the jury as a whole?
Yes.
Young lady on the far right, is this your verdict and the verdict of the jury as a whole? To the gentleman in front, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Next gentleman, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Sir, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Sir, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, is this your verdict?
Yes.
And ma'am, is this your verdict? Folks, on behalf of everybody, I want to thank you for your service. We have different types of trials. This was a longer trial, although as I mentioned, not terribly long. We do have those that are longer. We asked a lot of you. You came in Monday on a week with a holiday. You were here all week, early in the morning. So we all truly appreciate your service. The system cannot function without you folks. And I talked a lot about that on Monday, so thank you. You have a right as a juror not to discuss your jury service with anybody. That's a right you have as a juror. It would take a court order to compel it. I haven't seen it in my career done. You also have the ability to speak to whoever you want. That's a right you have as a juror as well. No one can prevent you from speaking. I know it's a big ask, again, Monday through Friday. I hope the experience was good for you. We try to be as efficient as possible with your time and not get you in and out as efficiently as possible. So again, thank you. Your service is done. What I'm going to do after you leave is I'm going to talk to the parties. We'll discuss setting a sentencing date. I don't know if we're going to do that today or if we're going to do it down the road. You're welcome to stay. You're welcome to leave. You have no further obligation to the court.